You give and give and give until there's nothing left, huh? And then what happens? The ones you trusted, the ones you thought cared, they stab you in the back. Oh yeah, they do. With a smile too. Feels cold, don't it? Like someone pulled your heart right out of your chest and left you with nothing but the ache. Feels raw, like a wound that never stops bleeding. But let me tell you something, kid. Kindness, that was your gift. But their betrayal, oh, that's gonna cost them. It's gonna cost them everything. You gave them everything. Your time, your trust, your love. And what did they do? They took it all and laughed behind your back. They saw your kindness as weakness, a flaw to be exploited. But here's the kicker. That kindness was a gift, your gift. And their betrayal? Oh, that's gonna cost them dearly. You know, I've seen people like you before. People who think that if they're just good enough, kind enough, the world will treat them the way they deserve. But you, kid, you're special. You're one of those poor souls who give and give and give, expecting that somehow the universe will reward you, that people will appreciate your kindness, your loyalty, your willingness to sacrifice. But here's the truth, and listen close, because it's gonna sting. They don't care. No one does. And that's the real joke, isn't it? You gave them everything, your heart, your soul, your time, and what did they give you in return? Nothing. Not a damn thing. Worse. They took your kindness and twisted it. They used it against you. Oh yeah, they played the game. Took all you had to offer and then tossed you aside when you weren't useful anymore. And the betrayal? It wasn't even slow, was it? Nah. They ripped your heart out quick. Left you bleeding, wondering what you did wrong. But you didn't do anything wrong, did you? You were just too kind. That was your only mistake. And now you're sitting here bleeding out, trying to make sense of it, wondering why. Why would they do that to you? Let me tell you why. Because people like them. They're cowards. They're weak. They see someone like you, someone who's willing to give, someone who has something real to offer, and they don't know what to do with it. It scares them. They don't have that light inside them, that fire that makes you different. And instead of protecting you, instead of appreciating what you bring, they destroy you. Because it's easier to break something good than to face the fact that they'll never be like you. Here's the thing though, their betrayal, oh, it's gonna cost them. It's gonna cost them more than they can even imagine. Because you're not broken. Not yet. Sure, they've hurt you. Sure, they've left scars. But those scars, they're gonna heal. And when they do, you'll be stronger than you ever were. And them, well, they're gonna be exactly what they've always been. Pathetic. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Why should I listen to a guy like you? Fair question. I'm the last person people come to for life advice. But sometimes it takes a little madness to see the world clearly. Sometimes the ones who've walked through the fire are the only ones who can show you how not to get burned. Now, I'm not saying you should become like me. The world can barely handle one of me as it is. But there's a middle ground between being a pushover and being a psychopath. Find it, own it, make it your fortress. You see, people like you, you're rare. You're the kind of person who makes this world worth living in. You've got this spark, this energy that makes people feel safe, feel loved, feel like maybe, just maybe, everything's gonna be okay. And that scares the hell out of people like them. They don't know how to handle it, so they do the only thing they know. They take. They take and take until there's nothing left. And when you're drained dry, they leave. But here's where it gets interesting. You're still here. You're still standing. And that means something. That means you're stronger than they ever gave you credit for. They thought they could break you, but all they did was sharpen you. They thought they could bury you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. And now it's time to grow. It's time to stop waiting for people to see your worth. Stop hoping for kindness in return, because that's the real joke, kid. Kindness, it doesn't mean a thing in a world like this. You thought kindness was your strength, but let me tell you, it's not. Your strength comes from what's inside you, from the part of you that refuses to die, refuses to be broken, even when the world gives you every reason to give up. That's where your real power lies. And now you gotta learn how to use it. You gotta learn how to stop giving without expecting something in return. You gotta learn how to take. You ever notice how the ones who take, they always seem to get ahead? That's because they don't care about being nice, about being good. They see what they want, and they take it. No apologies, no regrets. And maybe, just maybe, it's time you did the same. I'm not saying you gotta become like them. Oh no, you're better than that. But you gotta stop letting people walk all over you. You gotta stop letting their betrayal define you. You gotta stop bleeding for people who wouldn't bleed for you. You've been kind long enough. You've been soft long enough. And where's it gotten you? Alone, broken, wondering if maybe, just maybe, you're the problem. But you're not the problem. They are. They've always been the problem. And now it's time to make sure they know it. It's time to show them that their betrayal was the biggest mistake they ever made. Because here's the thing. They thought you were weak. They thought your kindness made you easy to manipulate, easy to control. But all it did was make you dangerous. Because now you've got nothing left to lose. That's the real power, kid. When you've got nothing left to lose, that's when you become unstoppable. That's when you realize that you don't need anyone's approval. You don't need anyone's validation. All you need is you. And when you finally see that, when you finally understand that you don't owe anyone a damn thing, that's when the world changes. You want to know why they betrayed you? Because they were afraid. Afraid of your light. Afraid of your strength. Afraid that if you ever realized what you were capable of, they'd be left in the dust. And they're right to be afraid. Because now you're gonna rise. Now you're gonna take all that pain, all that anger, all that betrayal, and you're gonna turn it into power. You see, pain is the greatest teacher. It sharpens you, it molds you, it shows you what you're really made of. And you've been through hell. You've been betrayed by the people you trusted most. And yet, here you are, still standing. That means you're stronger than you know. That means you've got something inside you that they can never take away. And now it's time to use it. You've spent too long trying to make people see your worth. But here's the secret. They never will. Not until you make them. Not until you show them that you're not just some nice little doormat they can walk all over. You're something else entirely. You're something they should fear. They took advantage of your kindness. They thought it was a weakness. But now you're gonna show them that it was the biggest mistake they ever made. You're gonna show them that your kindness wasn't weakness. It was a gift. A gift they threw away. And now they're gonna pay for it. Oh, they'll pay for it all right. Not because you're gonna hurt them. No. You don't have to lift a finger. Life has a funny way of settling scores. All you gotta do is rise. All you gotta do is show them that their betrayal didn't break you. It made you stronger. It made you smarter. It made you untouchable. So what's it gonna be, kid? You gonna sit there crying over what they did to you? Or are you gonna stand up, dust yourself off, and show them who they're really messing with? Remember, kid, the world doesn't give you respect. You gotta take it. And once you've got it, never let anyone take it away. Now go out there and write the next chapter of your story, the one where you win. You've been kind long enough. Now it's time to be powerful. Now it's time to take what's yours. And don't forget, kid, the world ain't gonna hand you nothing. You gotta grab it with both hands and make it yours. Stop waiting for doors to open. Instead, kick them down. The only permission you need is your own. You've got the power to rewrite your story, to flip the script they've written for you. So do it. Make it a bestseller they'll regret not being a part of. So go ahead. Take all that hurt, all that betrayal, and turn it into something unstoppable. Become the force of nature you were always meant to be. After all, storms are named after people for a reason.